Hi class, here we are, video number 3 for this week 1 project, which is going to be just adding a couple photos together. This is a simple project. It's not anything you should be too stressed about. I want it to be fun. I realize that we might be having some issues with software and getting that straightened away, and I don't want to make a really complex thing on the first day. So here we are. We're gonna take you've taken your selfie, you've removed the background, and however you might be doing that a different way. If you have Photoshop 2020, maybe you should try that background delete feature, or I'm not sure what it. I've watched a couple videos on it, and I don't have 2020, so I haven't been able to try it, but it would be interesting if someone did try that, or use the background erase tool like I did. Either way. So you'll start with that, and I want you to take some images yourself with your phone, or maybe you have a SLR camera, and combine them and make a quick little selfie that we can use as an introduction photo. Now I have a couple different things here. I'm going to get rid of that one. These are ones I've been working on. I didn't get rid of them. All right. Yeah, so this is a picture of the Fine Arts building, and this is the one with the background that's been erased. I also did this, I was messing around with this. If you've been in the drawing room, we have a skeleton, and I thought I was playing around with him a little bit, but decided I don't know how I can even use him. So I'm going to just stick with this, and I'm just doing 2 photos. I would like you guys to combine at least 3. You can try adding some other elements, some using the brushes. You can do just as much as you want, but the minimum I'd like you to try is 3. So I'm going to stick with this as just a quick little demo piece. So I'm going to start here by renaming this to Fine Arts instead of background. And I'm going to have to resize this. So if you're taking 2 images and combining them, or pasting one image into another image, you really have to pay attention to the image size, because that can be a problem if you're trying to paste something really small pixel-wise into something large pixel-wise. You can't enlarge it without causing some problems. So it's fine to take something large and put it into something smaller and then scale it down, but you can't really do the other way around. All right, so I'm going to make this I'm just going to use one of these preset pixel sizes. This is going to make it kind of small, but I think it's just fine. 1136 at 144 ppi, the long way, is going to be just perfect. When we're working online, we shouldn't have to worry about using large files. All right, Command 0 makes it fit the page. One of the things I was thinking about doing with this when I took this image, and I just didn't do it, is I was thinking about how could I get my image, and I could do it, I just haven't thought about it enough, in this window, which might be kind of fun. But I'm not going to do it. Okay. If you come up with a reason or way to do it, let me know. I'm just going to plop my head in there. So you're gonna notice that when I'm gonna select all, which is Command A, and then Command C is a copy. And you're gonna find out here that when I Command V and paste, that this thing is quite different in pixel dimensions. And that's okay, because I can scale it down. All right. So one way to scale things down is use the transform scale. As long as that layer is selected, grab the corner, hold the shift key down, and scale away. So, but that's the way we'll do it on this. There's other ways. In Photoshop, there's a lot of ways to do a lot of the same thing. So I don't know, I was playing around with this earlier and I thought it might be just kind of nice to just do something really simple like this as a demo. This kind of large superimposed image is kind of interesting. I still have some junk out here from the background. I'll make this brush smaller. And I'm going to use the background erase tool. That isn't the background erase tool, that's just the erase tool. I've got my tolerance at about 30. Just touch it up a little bit. So you really can do anything you want. For demo purposes, I'm keeping it pretty simple here. But get as creative as you want. Think about composition. We'll talk about the rule of thirds. We'll talk about, you know, different elements of art and principles of design a little bit later. But when you place something in a picture plane, you really have to think about where it's being placed. This, to me, if you're moving this around, you know, you can do things that can be a little more interesting. And it definitely feels like it's way in front, and it gives us this illusion that's a little more interesting than if I made it really small or put it right in the middle of floating around. You know, you gotta anchor it. And so there's just things like that you have to think about. But give it a try. And then I'm going to do one more video after this, and it's just really about resizing these for the discussion posts, because you know you'll save two files. You'll save one that you put into the Dropbox, the assignment folder, for me to grade, and then you'll save one for the discussion post. All right, so we'll do one more video after this about that resizing. I don't want to, I like to break up these videos. It just organizes it a little more interestingly, or just makes it easier for me to organize everything. So here we go. We're going to save this now. Remember, saving is important, that you save a Photoshop document that's layered. All right. And then you'll see what I do in the next video, how you'll take that layered file and you'll save two copies. You'll save one copy for a discussion and one copy for a final. So there, you'll have three files here in the end that you'll keep for yourself. And I advise you to keep all this stuff organized in folders and keep those 3 files. So, you know, do whatever you want with them at the end of the class. But during the class, you should organize them like this so you can just keep track of everything. So it'll be week 1, J. Jensen, and I'm going to call this one, well, because it's the PSD, we know it's the Photoshop file. We'll just leave it like that. The next one we'll have one as a final and then one as discussion. And they'll be resized differently and saved in different formats. So this one will be week 1, J. Jensen, PSD. And that's kind of my final image. This is going to replace one because I already have one in there like that. And there it is. Okay, well, stay tuned for the next video.